Oh, dude, it's filming, my bad. This is so cool. I finally got a setup for my car now. I'll show you guys what it looks like from this angle. Ready? Hold on. Ooh, okay, so you have my iPhone in there, and then you have this really flexible cloth thing with this tube. And I don't know if you can see it, but it extends really far out. Like, look how far, I don't know, it's so cool. You can have it all the way up in your windshield, and this thing will come to damn near your steering wheel. This is the coolest setup in the world. So, now that I have a camera mount for my car, I can drive and talk. So check it out. Got some pretty cool news today on the Twitter. I had Isatory, my sponsors, tweet me, and they're like, "Hey, Isatory athlete Nick Wright featured in this magazine." I'm like, "Oh shoot, where can I find that magazine?" Somebody tweeted me back and said Walmart. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm gonna stop by Walmart and find out if that's true or not. And if not, I'm gonna get me a copy in LA in 2 weeks, because we have the LA Fit Expo coming up February 7th or 6th. February 6th. We're doing that big training get-together thing with CT Fletcher, Mark Littleblinder, Big J, all that. It's going to be cool. They'll just give it to me there if I can't find it here. But yeah, we'll check for that. Anyway, today's training session is going to consist of overhead pressing to shoulder pressing. Fun fact, shoulder pressing is one of my favorite exercises, always has been. I'm not good at it. It's my weakest exercise by far. But I've always loved it just because I always feel like something about pushing something over your head, it really just, like, it exemplifies true power and strength. Now, that might not be scientifically true, per se. Like, the deadlift is certainly an exercise to really test someone's power and strength. Sure. But I'm just talking about the general feeling here. Nothing feels more powerful than pushing something over your head. It has the good feeling of a bench press that everybody loves, yet it's over your head, so it's even more challenging and badass looking. And I've always been addicted to it for some reason. Like, I just love it. Sadly, I've neglected it. So today, I'm going to work up to a heavy single on overhead press. Simon has instructed me to do so. Last time I tried working up to a heavy single was a couple of months ago, and I got up to like 205 for one. And I did it for a few singles in a row, but I didn't go any heavier than 205. And sadly, I have to admit, I don't think it's going to be much heavier than that today, if it's heavier at all. Because I have not done overhead pressing once in the last 8 weeks at least. And even when I was doing it, it was only being thrown in at the very end of one workout a week. And it'd be fairly light. So, needless to say, I am ashamed. I have not practiced the overhead press at all. And it's a really good, efficient exercise that I should be implicating more. So today we're going to work to a heavy single. Ideally, what I'd love to see, 2 plates. If I could do 225 for one, beautiful. But what I'm kind of expecting is another 205. So we'll find out how that goes, and then we'll try looking for this little magazine that I'm in. Hopefully they have it at Walmart. Well, things declined quite quickly. I got into the gym, and 185 pounds felt extremely heavy. It went up way slower and way harder than 185 usually ever goes up. And that was my indicator right there that this workout was not going to be a great one. I was not going to be a Matogus prodigy shoulder presser today by any means. But it went even worse than I expected. I thought I was at least going to get 205 up. 205 didn't even go up, which caught me by surprise. The strength simply was not there today. So next on the agenda was to break the weight down to 80% of whatever the single I worked up to on this day was. Now, I knew my single was obviously heavier than 185, though I didn't get to actually find out what my top single was today. It's probably somewhere around 190 or something stupid like that. But I was also partly suspicious that my strength loss was attributed not only to not practicing this often, but also the simple fact that this is only my second day back in the gym after 2 weeks off from the flu and strep. Which, I mean, saying that out loud, it kind of seems like common sense. So I had a feeling that this week is just going to be a weak week in general. So I still kept 205 as my number to base 80% off of. which came out to 165 pounds, and my judgment was correct. I was able to do all 4 sets of 4 reps with 165 pretty smoothly. So the theme of this entire workout is super freaking weak. So I go to do 80% of my close grip bench for as many reps as possible, right? Which is 255 pounds. First off, I almost dropped it right there. Did you see that? Rewatch that. When I unracked it, I almost dropped the weight down forward onto my stomach. So as soon as I dropped it, I was like, screw it. We're starting the set. And then I only got like 2 reps out of it. It was horrible. I don't know why 255 felt so heavy. But then again, everything feels heavy today. That's another reason why I think it might just be the fact that I'm only 2 days back in the gym after being sick. So I don't know. I dropped the weight down to 225, did my second set of as many reps as possible with that, and that felt heavy too. Most appropriate song right now. Hey Aaron. Aaron of URI, how do you feel about me rocking a Northeastern shirt?
Not well at all.
No, I do not care for it. Shout out to Northeastern today. So the cool thing about this conjugate system that Simon of Masthetics has me running right now is you train all your weak areas to basically become strong in all areas. So though I haven't been practicing the overhead press that much, the second cycle after this, when I go on to cycle number 2, and especially the third cycle, it'll show some strength increases, even on exercises that I don't do very often. And that's the beauty of the conjugate system. The other beauty is, even though I was sick for 2 weeks and out of the gym, I'm able to jump right back into week 4. I don't have to restart the program or anything. It's beautiful. So I continued this workout with a lot of bodybuilding movements, which felt awesome. It fired me up. It motivated me to get jacked, to get my physique swole again. I got fired up in the gym today. So even though the strength wasn't there, it was still a very successful workout. I left the gym feeling very satisfied with it. 4 sets of 12 with the lateral raises and 4 sets of 10 face pulls for rear delts. You know how I never train shoulders? Guess what? Trained them today. They were done. Throw them in the trash. Down. Are you ready to PR today?
Fuck yeah.
Abs time.
I saw it.
Good. No luck on finding that magazine at Walmart, but if you guys keep an eye out for it, look for Train Magazine. Train isn't like working out. Train Magazine is what it's called, and apparently I'm in it somewhere. So I'll have to get my hands on a copy somehow.